So I just finished like college stuff now. I'm pretty much over, so I got nothing else. So I'm just gonna make a tier list. I just have like every single program language that I've touched. I'm only counting the ones that I built the project with. I'm not counting ones that I only wrote like a couple lines, like Golang, Swift. So these are all the programs I wrote some sort of project script or whatever. So I guess the first one to start off with is JavaScript. JavaScript was my first ever program language that I've touched. I think the first time I touched it was in ninth grade of high school. And because it's my baby, I still like it. I just did a React project. I'm trying out React Native now, and I gotta build a pipeline for that. And I just been, it's use it for websites. You can use it for mobile apps. There is the backend Node.js, but I haven't really used Node.js that much. Only just like for small things. See, next one's Bash. Use Bash a little bit. I use it for like scripting and stuff like that on Linux, but it's just meh. It's just meh. Like I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's like whatever. So, Project OpenEdge. This one I've used for my work. For like the database side of things, I don't really touch it much anymore. However, it's like application program, but you also use it for like database manipulation. It's not really SQL, but it's pretty close. Yeah, only if I get paid, I'll touch that language. Next one's Java. Came from USM and SMCC, so we use Java a lot. Um, I use it for, I don't even think I use it for Android app. No, I use Kotlin. So I did a Spring Boot project. My friend did most of it last semester. I touched it a little bit, but to me, it's my man, but it's above Bash, I think. SQL, everyone loves SQL. I'm kidding. I mean, it's used for database stuff. I use it for MySQL, I use it for Postgres. I had a database system class where you had to use SQL. I used SQLite before. It's either like or mm, I'm gonna go with like the top of meh. So, uh, Dart. Dart was a language I picked up 2 years ago. I built a mobile app with it. I think a couple actually. One for a school project. One is just for like my stepmother for EMS stuff. And honestly, when I program it, it's like the combination of JavaScript and Java, which JavaScript's my first language. Java I used a lot for school. And quite frankly, I actually enjoy programming in Dart. Next one's Kotlin. I use Kotlin to build a couple of watch apps on Android. I have like this Chinese knockoff watch right here that I really haven't been using much anymore. I pretty much did it for developing Android stuff. I think it's kind of cool. It's like it's supposed to be like a better version of Java. It's less boilerplate, but then there's like more syntax stuff kind of to remember. But then in Java, there's other things that you can add like annotations and different classes. But I think I'm gonna go slightly better than Java, but I don't. I think SQL's still better. Next one, C. I touched it for a systems programming language class. Such a low level. I love segmentation faults. They're so amazing. I was kidding, but I think I used it one time to recode at work too. But I think C, I'd only do it if it's paid like on the bottom. I think Progress is a little better than C, like for me programming wise. Other people love C, but I'm not a big fan of system languages. I also use it for OS, I forgot. And that was awful. That was with Pintos OS for a school project. Next one's Ruby. I've been writing Ruby for pipelines and stuff like that, and then API calls. Ruby's really popular for Fastlane, so I use that for like, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI/CD. And then I also did like basic like API stuff, like Google API to do like Firebase stuff, to do Google Analytics setup, and then also for Xcode, because there's like an Xcode proj library where you can like do stuff in Xcode for you. To so you know what? I actually enjoy the syntax, so I gotta give it a like anyways. But that's what I Like C Sharp, I don't use it for work. For middle tier, it's pretty much Restful API. It's literally kind of like Java. It felt the same. It's almost the same. But I think I'm gonna have to give respect to Java since it was first, and it's a copycat. But I don't mind. It's like the same as Java. PHP, I tried it one time. I was gonna make like a there's like a backend that's allowed for like this library web page that I was working on the side to help out a library locally. Um, I tried it once. I absolutely hated it. Couldn't get it to work. It was like stupid HTML to me. I hated it, so I'm never gonna touch that language again. Not even if I get paid. Next one's Python. Used it a little bit with like Ansible scripts, but I also used it for NLP class where I did like machine learning and stuff like that, with like BERT models. And I think the problem with me is I'm so used to like the other syntax. I like when I started doing like the elif and like the Pythonic syntax, it like threw me off a little bit. But I think I'm gonna put it ahead of Bash and probably before C Sharp. That's I think where I'll put it. I'll only use Python for machine learning ever. And then the last one I have touched is PowerShell. Uh, PowerShell is nice to do stuff like on Windows and using like the Windows OS stuff to get stuff to work. Quite frankly, it's I don't think I ever used PowerShell outside of work, so I don't think I can really put it in meh because I only used it when I had to write script. So I'm gonna put it. This is tough. I think it's above Progress OpenEdge. Yeah, but only if it's paid. So, and well, that's it. That's my tier list for programming languages that I have built project for. That's pretty much why it's not like for like what's better, what's worse. It's just what I like to type in, what I like to code in, what I like to work with, and that's it.